What's up everybody, Jay here. Today we're gonna try and add some guitars to our electronic music productions, like so. So adding guitar to electronic music, especially techno, is one of the most difficult things that I had to face as a producer when I switched from playing guitar just as a jazz musician to making my own electronic music production. But artists like Thyco, Darkside, Bonobo and many others managed to do that in a very unique and creative way. So in this video we're gonna try and reproduce their vibe, and I will comment and give tips and how can we process, and most importantly how can we play the guitar in a way that fits an electronic music vibe. Alright, first of all let's have a look at how I made this Thyco-like sound. There is a chain of a delay with a dual delay mode, 1/8 dot on one hand and 1/4 dot on the other hand. Then I have a Galaxy tape echo, mainly for the reverb, but also because it's cool. And then a chorus to make the sound wide. Apologies for using the UAD plugins, but this allows me to play guitar with near zero latency. If you play guitar and you make electronic music, you know how annoying it is to play with latency. So, but basically you can replace any of these with your favorite delay, reverb and chorus. As long as you put them in this order, you should have something like this. Very spacey, very delay heavy. I think it's close to Thyco's sound. So now that we have the sound, how do we play? What guitar techniques can we use to make this fit to our electronic music production? Let me play again the loop I made for the Thyco part of the introduction. The music is very simple, just a beat, a bass and some chords. It's just for demonstration, but I hope it gives you an idea of how to use the sound and achieve Thyco-like. So the first thing I want to show you is how to play two notes chords that really fits well with this sound. Check this out. Arpeggiate them or play them like strumming. Even like 4 intervals like this. They work pretty well. But I think one of the coolest applications of this sound is when you apply palm muting. Thyco uses this a lot. So as you probably know, you put your palm of your hand here at the end of the strings and then you pick single strings individually. And it's really nice if you get locked up into the delay time so that you create this trippy, hypnotic kind of repetition. Another way to play this sound is by using 3-note chords like this and arpeggiate them with the pick. Check this out. Variation. For instance, if you are playing this chord over here, Okay, now moving on to the Darkside style. The sound there is actually very simple, the sound that they use. I would just put the Galaxy, which again makes just a bit of reverb and some kind of saturation. You can add some distortion if you want, but this is the loop I prepared for this example, and it's again in E minor. So like before, I'm gonna stick mainly to the pentatonic, but play it in a way that is kind of more bluesy, more spaghetti western if you like, and that means having like some bending, some augmented fourth, so this one, and also palm muting, they use it a lot, and I hope I managed to give you this vibe. Also playing chords, like bending the string. Chords, bending. This of course doesn't work on all type of loops or kind of music in the background. Darkside are usually very spacey, there's not so many elements. If you try to use these on a melodic techno track, that's for sure not gonna work. But I hope you got the idea. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel, as well as checking some of my links in the descriptions. Let's keep going. One other thing to note is that so far I was always using this pickup closer to the bridge because it has this more nasal sound. If I would use this one, for instance, this sound is too round and I think it would not cut through the mix enough in an electronic music context. So for Darkside, the sound is very simple, just a bit of reverb, probably distortion, and kind of bluesy vibe with power chords and bending and palm muting all together. Now let's move on and see how to make Bonobo style guitars. So for Bonobo, I would use the same as Darkside, probably without distortion. And one important thing that for instance in Kong, this very famous song of him, he does is that the sound of the guitar sounds to me like it's played really close to the bridge. Like before I was playing here, and now I will play here. You know, you have this very clean and punchy sound that I think works really nice when the background music is something like this. So of course you would need a better melody than this to make a banger like Bonobo's ones, but I hope you got the idea. Very clean guitar, very simple line, sustained notes, no chords, just a very clear melody presented with the bare sound of the guitar, just with some reverb that makes it blend into the mix. So here not huge or crazy guitar techniques, but definitely taste and precision in the execution, because every note is so important. Okay, for the bonus part of this video, I want to introduce to you the E-bow or electronic bow. Why is this an electronic bow? Because this allows you to play the guitar similarly to a string instrument like violin or cello. By using a magnetic field, if you put it onto a string, it will make it oscillate and play without you having to strum it, and most importantly with infinite sustain. This is gonna go on until the battery is over. And you can have really cool sounds I fell in love with these when I heard for the first time Starless from King Crimson. Robert Fripp, I think, was one of the first one to use this thing, and I don't see this much around online anymore, but I think it's really cool, and I'm trying right now to include it into one of my production. Just to give you an idea of the sound, I made yet another loop that goes like this. That the closer you go to the pickup, the more intense the sound. And it has a harmonic mode, so that instead of playing the fundamental, we play the fifth or